Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Senator Mushaid Hussain, Excellency Ambassador Yao Jing, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to speak to this enlightened gathering here today, organized under joint collaboration of Pakistan-China Institute and the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants of Pakistan. I am thankful to PCI for taking a lead role in highlighting the benefits from CPEC with such vigor and objectivity. CPEC has added another dimension to the strategic cooperative partnership between Pakistan and China. Our bilateral relations are time-tested and anchored in history. It is a matter of great satisfaction that this partnership is moving from strength to strength. Senator Mushaid Hussain, I am delighted to see your well-timed and well-researched report addressing crucial questions pertaining to economic benefits of the modern Silk Road. It assesses the expected overall impact of CPEC on the economy. सारी जगह माइक्स ने ले ली हुई है. Media is omnipotent and omnipresent also. It has catered to the overall perception of CPEC and prerequisite to financial silk set for modern Silk Road. The commendable efforts being put in specific areas such exploring a one-stop shop solution for investors, functionalities dealing with the registration, accounting and taxation are highly praiseworthy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Belt and Road Initiative comprising of the Silk Road Economic Belt and 21st Century Maritime Silk Road is the most significant transformative initiative in recent human history. Through a focus on connectivity of infrastructure, including roads, rail links, sea routes, ports, and connectivity of policy, trade, and finance, we will witness a phenomenon which has few historical precedents or parallels. This initiative is a harbinger of shared dreams, common prosperity, and win-win cooperation amongst the peoples of the world. Belt and Road Initiative will directly involve 65 countries, 4.4 billion people, and 29% of global GDP, which is 2.1 trillion. It will be backed by the new Silk Road Fund of $40 billion, the China Development Bank's $900 billion, and the bulk of Asia Infrastructure Investment Bank's $100 billion. The Economist estimates that over $1 trillion of government money will be involved in building the Belt and Road Initiative. The visionary concept, which came into fruition under the dynamic leadership of President Xi Jinping, signals hope and spirit for South-South development. We in Pakistan laud President Xi's initiative as an extraordinary venture that is bound to change the landscape of the world as we know. To me personally, it's a seismic change which will shift the plates of history. A new civilization will emerge, and that will be the Asian civilization, and which will replace the present civilizations or the structures which we see or which influence the world politics and world economy today. The CPEC is closely associated with the implementation of Belt and Road Initiative. As a pilot project of Belt and Road Initiative, the experience accumulated from CPEC will be promoted to other countries along the Belt and Road. The fusion of national development strategies will facilitate policy coordination between China and Pakistan. Their geographical proximity is good for infrastructural connectivity. Their closely coordinated economic and trade strategies will help realize unimpeded trade. The two countries are highly complementary to each other in investment and financing, making financial integration much easier. Through the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, Pakistan is privileged to be the first on-ground project for the Belt and Road Initiative. CPEC is making excellent progress and is rapidly transforming the infrastructure and energy landscape of our country. In its first phase, the focus is on building the requisite infrastructure and establishing connectivity. Many of the CPEC projects are in implementation phase, while extensive planning is also underway on all other projects. These projects range from short-term 2020, medium-term 2025, and long-term 2030. Early harvest priority projects are progressing well. Coal and solar-based energy projects will be completed this year and next year. A number of coal-based projects, Port Qasim and Angro Thar, are targeted to be completed by mid-2018. First and second units of Saiwal Power Plant have been inaugurated last year. First unit of 1320 megawatt Port Qasim coal-fired plant was inaugurated by Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi on 29th of November last year. Hazara Motorway, Burhan Shah Maqsood section has been inaugurated on 27 December 2017. The highways projects KKH Phase 2, Thakot Haveliyan, Peshawar Karachi Motorway, Multan Sakhar section have commenced construction. The new Gwadar International Airport is also planned to commence work soon. Main railway line Peshawar-Karachi is also under discussion. Efforts are in place to provide basic infrastructure for Gwadar Port and City. Provision of water and electricity to Gwadar is being carried out. Gwadar Free Trade Zone is operational. The focus will be on the development of oil refining, shipbuilding and repairs, chemicals, non-ferrous metals, logistics, port and services, and transportation. Another major area of focus under CPEC is the establishment of SEZs, the Special Economic Zones, will be established along the CPEC across all regions of Pakistan, including Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan, KPK, AJK, Gilgit-Baltistan, providing maximum benefit to the investors. We look forward to their early launch. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by reiterating once again that Pakistan and China share a long history of strong bilateral ties stemming from the principles of mutual trust, non-interference, equality, harmonious coexistence, and win-win cooperation on a common agenda of socio-economic development. Over time, this relationship has developed into one of the most important relationships in Asia and serves as a model for friendship between neighbors. Our two countries envision to take this friendship to new heights of strategic cooperation and collaboration. During my last visit to Beijing, about 2 months back, Foreign Minister Yi said that we share borders, we share mountains, and we share rivers. Now we are sharing, we actually now share, we have a shared destiny also in shape of Belt and Road Initiative. And this has been being manifested in the shape of CPEC. Its political fallout or its political impact is far-reaching, not only in Pakistan, but much far beyond Pakistan's borders. So we are going through the pangs of the birth of a new system, a new civilization, a new era. So we have to bear with it. We have to walk through this maze very carefully. And I hope and pray, with the help of our Chinese friends and the relationship of confidence which we have and trust, we'll be able to walk through this initial phase of CPEC and BRI successfully and transform this whole region. My brothers from Central Asia, Tajikistan, and Azerbaijan are sitting in front of me. We are facing huge difficulties, especially the situation in Afghanistan is a huge impediment to the progress of connectivity in this region. And we sincerely believe and we sincerely try and struggle for peace in Afghanistan and peace in this region. Because without the peace in this region, this dream cannot be realized. It cannot become reality. It will become reality, but perhaps it will take a little longer. We will have to face more difficulties and more hurdles to reach our destination or shared destiny, as I told President Yi. Over time, this relationship has developed into one of the most important relationships in Asia and serves as a model for friendship between neighbors. Our two countries envision to take this friendship to new heights of strategic cooperation. I would also like to mention, बुनियादी तौर पे मैं एक सियासी वर्कर हूँ, तो बाज नहीं रह सकता political comment से, but our internal situation, political situation is also an impediment. Let me say it very bluntly. And I would, as a political worker, I would take the responsibility of that uncertainty, or I will not go to the extent of using the word chaos. But instability cannot, is not conducive to the dreams of development and dreams of transforming this country and this whole region. So we have to ensure that is of primary importance. We have to ensure stability, the political and economic stability in our country. And that includes not only the politicians, but all other institutions. It is incumbent upon the ruling elite, which is not only politicians. The ruling elite includes a lot of other institutions and many other individuals to ensure that we go through this phase comfortably and the success. Let me assure you, I'm not using rhetoric, or I'm not using something which is not real, or which is khali khuli naare wali baat nahi main kar raha. Lekin let me assure you, I'm a firm believer that this initiative will transform our country and transform our region. I've seen it happening in Ministry of Water and Power. The day we took over Ministry of Water and Power in 2013, it was 14 to 18 hours of load shedding. Nobody could believe, despite the first 1.5 years of political turmoil and instability, massive instability. There was dharna just 10 minutes away from here. But we still succeeded. We still succeeded in bringing down the load shedding to a level which is bearable, which is comfortable for almost 70% of our population. 30% of the population was still subjected to load shedding. 70% of the feeders are load shedding free. 30% of the feeders are not load shedding free because they don't pay their bills. So they don't pay their bills, we don't sell electricity to them. Very simple and straightforward. Nothing is free. You pay, you get the electricity. If you don't pay, you don't get the electricity. And these areas are available all over Pakistan. It's not confined to one province or one district or one region. It's all over Pakistan. The people who don't pay, their bills are booked to the bills of people who pay. Ultimately, government has to recover the revenue. So let me, I got carried away. Wanted to stick to the text which was given to me. But this is something which is very, very crucial, ladies and gentlemen. And for political stability, we have to adjust our political interest, our personal interest, our institutional interest. Because the national interest is paramount. Every other interest comes after national interest. But here, in my political career of parliamentary career of almost 3 decades, I've seen that people just think that their institutional interests and their personal interests are national interests. And in most of the cases, national interest is not their personal interest and their institutional interests. So let's rise above these petty squabbles and petty differences and this power struggle and work for this initiative, which, as I said, we are actually witnessing the birth of a new civilization, which will replace Western civilization. I'm not demeaning Western civilization, but the civilizations, as historians say, I was telling my friend day before yesterday, they are like seasons. They have their spring, they have their summer, they have their autumn, and they have their winters. A famous historian and philosopher Spengler said that Western civilization is entering. I'm not sure whether they are in autumn or winter, but their summer is definitely over. So a new civilization is replacing a civilization which is in its last phases. And we are proud to be part of that, the transformation. We are proud to be part of that. And let's put our differences behind and play this role which history has assigned to us, which destiny has assigned to us, and which people of this country, 200 million people of this country, they want to play us this role. We are privileged people. We are the elite of this country. And we owe it to our country. Thank you very much.